Good morning, all. My name is Dr. Vanshaj Rai. My topic of presentation is comparison of diurnal intraocular pressure measurement by eye care home tonometer with Goldman application tonometer in a tertiary eye care hospital in South India. Introduction. As known, diurnal variation of IOP is an independent risk factor for development and progression of glaucoma. There are various tonometer available. Goldman applanation tonometer, which is based on Imbert principle, is the gold standard for measuring intraocular pressure. It is associated with certain drawbacks such as it needs topical anesthesia, has long learning curve, and needs slit lamp for examination. Whereas eye care home tonometer, which is based on rebound tonometry, doesn't require topical anesthesia and slit lamp. It has less learning curve, thus easy to learn and use. Eye care home tonometer is held at a distance of 3 to 10 mm from the unanesthetized eye. A solenoid magnetized probe in the instrument is propelled against the eye, impacts, and then rebounds from the cornea. This is how we can measure the IOP by eye care home tonometer. The purpose of this study was to compare the diurnal IOP self-measured by patients themselves using eye care home tonometer with IOP measured by glaucoma specialist using Goldman applanation tonometer in office hours. Primary objectives were to analyze the difference in diurnal IOP variation measured by GAT done by glaucoma specialist and eye care home tonometer done by patients themselves during office hours in newly diagnosed patient of primary open angle glaucoma, normal tension glaucoma, and ocular hypertension, and to compare the effect of video assisted versus verbal manual training of patient for using eye care home tonometer on IOP readings. Secondary objectives were to study the diurnal variation of IOP within different categories of glaucoma and to study the influence of central corneal thickness on eye care home tonometer readings. This study was performed at glaucoma services of Arvind Eye Hospital, Pondicherry, and newly diagnosed patients of POAG, NTG, OST, and already diagnosed patients of NTG and OST who were on monotherapy were recruited. Standard definitions of POAG, NTG, and OST were used in the study. Patients of age 40 to 70 years, newly diagnosed patients of POAG, NTG, OST, already diagnosed patients of NTG and OST who were on anti-glaucoma medication monotherapy after standard washout of anti-glaucoma medication, minimum education qualification of patients, completed matriculation, and patients who were willing to give written informed consent were included in the study. The standard washout period of beta blockers and alpha agonists is 3 weeks and of prostaglandin analogs is of 4 weeks. Patients having glaucoma other than POAG, NTG, OST, patients underwent any surgical laser procedure in the study eye except cataract surgery. Patient having corneal abnormalities such as opacities, scars, dystrophy, history of recurrent aberration in the study eye, newly diagnosed patients of POAG and NTG who have vertical cup disc ratio more than 0.8 and astigmatism more than or equal to 3 diopter were excluded from the study. Methodology. Newly diagnosed patients of POAG, NTG, OST, and already diagnosed patients of OST and NTG who were on monotherapy were recruited and underwent preliminary examination, which is done by glaucoma specialist, and dilated fundus examination, which is done by masked glaucoma specialist by slit lamp biomicroscopy with plus 90D lens. Diagnosis of POAG, NTG, OST confirmed, and patients recruited for the study after counseling. Already diagnosed patients of NTG, OST who were recruited after standard anti-glaucoma medication washout and counseling was done. Study date was assigned to the patients, and those who were unable to reach the hospital at 7:30 a.m. were admitted 1 day prior to date of study. Written informed consent was obtained. training to use eye care home tonometer was given to the patient, and patients were divided randomly into two categories, one in which patient got verbal training other in which patient got video assisted training of eye care home tonometer. IOP is measured by Goldman applanation tonometer and eye care home tonometer 5 times a day at an interval of 15 minutes. Diurnal variation of IOP done by Goldman applanation tonometer was assessed by an independent masked glaucoma consultant and standard treatment given to the patient. Finally, findings were compiled in a proforma and analysis was done. Statistical analysis data was expressed in mean plus minus standard deviation and as percentage. Categorical variables were assessed by using chi-square test. IOP values were analyzed using paired t-test. Agreement between tonometers was tested using intra-class correlation. P-value less than 0.05 was considered as statistically significant. All the statistical analysis was performed by statistical software Stata 14.0.
Dr. Vansraj, kindly conclude the result. Time is up.
So 21 patients of POAG were recruited and 26 patients of OST were recruited, and 4 patients of NTG was participated in the study, and the study was done in both the eye.
No, just come to your conclusion slide. Only conclusion.
Our study shows good positive correlation between the gold standard Goldman applanation tonometer and eye care home tonometer during office hours in all the 3 categories of glaucoma.
Thank you. Judges, questions, please. If anyone wish to ask any question.
Dr. Vanshaj, do you think this eye care tonometer can replace the Goldman tonometer based on your study?
Yes, ma'am, it can replace. But my study, in my study, we recruited less number of patients due to Corona pandemic. So for better understanding and validation, we can done a study by taking more sample size.